When you become a mother, everybody believes that when you have the baby, you know it all. And truthfully, you feel lost. Hi, my name is Anamunguia, and I get it. Isn't it like that? That people think that automatically because we're women, we're going to know it all? Well, today I want to talk to you a little bit about that in my experience, in my own little experience when I became first-time mom. And I'm in this space talking about first-time motherhood, unplanned pregnancies, because I have been there. I have 4 pregnancies, two unplanned, two planned. I have been single and divorced and remarried, and I have a whole big story, and I've been in many different places. But when I was first time mom, I was so naive. I don't know if that happens to you, but I was 23 with my second pregnancy. The first pregnancy was at 21, and I lost the baby through a miscarriage. And that baby is the one that has helped me come out to share my story, because he has given me a mission to help other moms. Because if I had a miscarriage, I know there's lots of people who had miscarriages around the world, or they fight with infertility, or they have unplanned pregnancies, or they have planned pregnancies. And seriously, yes, we are designed as women to have that motherhood instinct to come out from us when we become pregnant. That's definitely a truth that accompanies us moms. But from there to know it all, I don't know about you, but I remember I had such a good doctor. My pediatrician was an angel to me. I loved him. I really loved him. He saved me in so many ways. And I could call him 24/7. He would answer the phone for me. He was such an angel. You know, those first time moms call the pediatricians. I don't know in your country how it is, but in mine, I could call him with his permission anytime between every time I go to visit him. And at the beginning, you have to go like every month for the shots that we put. And I don't know if you believe in the shots or not, but I did put them, most of them. I didn't put them all. It was expensive and forgot about them. And I just, they're fine. My kids grew up. They're fine. Nobody is sick. But I remember one day when I just had gotten my baby. My first baby was born with 4.5 pounds. She was an emergency C-section. I had preeclampsia. I had my placenta was matured, and I was not feeding my baby correctly. I had lost my water, most of it, so she couldn't move. So she was seated. There was no way she could turn around, and she had to be taken out from me, because if the doctor would have waited till Monday, she was born on a Saturday afternoon. If the doctor would have waited till Monday because he wanted to do his barbecue and have his family time and forget about his patients, that baby would have died. So thankfully, she was taken out, but she was 4.5 pounds. She was fully done. She was fully mature, baby mature. She was 38 weeks old. And I remember she was so tiny, tiny, tiny. She looked like a little rat. You know how grandmas come, oh, how beautiful your baby. Nope, my baby was not beautiful at all. I am real. have you have you seen your baby sometimes, at the beginning when they're just out of the oven? Not all of them come out beautiful. I'm sorry. Some of them come really swallowed and with these eyes like all popped out, and my baby looked like a little rat. Seriously, it did. I did. I'm sorry, but it did. Of course, within a month, she was another baby. She had been fed and she would have gained weight. So now she looked better. She looked beautiful. But just born, she wasn't. And then there's this thing that babies, they remember they have not been breathing with their own lungs inside your womb until they start breathing until they come out, and that's why they have to cry to get out of the air and start crying and using their lungs. And so I would put her on the crib, and I would see that she would go and stay like that without breathing, and they would start breathing again. Has that happened to you? It's like, and she would stop like that. And I would get worried. I'm like, oh my God, something is wrong with my baby. So I would call my doctor, Docky. I would tell him Docky. In Spanish, doctor is doctor. We spell it the same. So I call him Docky. Docky, is it normal that my baby is breathing and then she stops to breathe like for 30 seconds and then she starts breathing again? Is like that normal? What's going on here? And of course, it was normal. I was just me panicking because people don't tell you these little details that you should know about. I mean, yes, now carrying your baby in the womb is one thing. You don't have to care about nothing but eating for yourself and the baby. But when it's out, it's like automatically you have to know how to wash him or her, how to wash the baby, how to clean it, how to clean the umbilical cord, the little piece that they have left. You have to know how to put the diaper, how to put the shampoo, how to put some eye drops if you have to put eye drops in the baby. You have to know how to feed him, how to breastfeed him, or how to bottle feed him or her. I mean, you have to know that you have to put him on the side and not only looking up because they can swallow their own milk. I mean, there's so many little tricks and things that nobody tells you about. And there's a lot of questions that you might ask. There's a lot of things that you would like to know before you give birth. So I want to ask you a favor. If you are a new mom, if you have already given birth to your to your baby, I would like you to share with me what you would have liked to know before giving birth. Give me a few things that you would like so we can help other moms to tell them how to prepare for that first week or 2 weeks or first 6 months. I don't know. The first few weeks are the hardest ones. And usually, this is why usually the grandmother comes, your mom's mom or your mother-in-law. Obviously, your mom is better to be there than your mother-in-law for some, depending how the relationship is. But it's kind of weird to have somebody else that's not your family helping you. But I remember with my daughter, my first daughter, she was like the first grandchild from both sides. So because of that, she got extra attention that doesn't get the other grandchildren. But the firstborn of the families, oh my Lord, everybody wants to tell you what to do. Everyone wants to tell you how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and all these people telling you things. And I did not appreciate that too much. And I had my mother-in-law, who I love. I have to say that. I love her a lot. She was so good to me in many ways, but I didn't like her to go to my house without letting me know that she was coming, especially when she came with somebody else. The thing is that she was so happy she was a grandmother. She wanted to show her grandchild to all her friends. So she would talk to a friend and say, oh, I have a new granddaughter. You want to go visit her with me? And she would just pop in the car and jump and come over to my house. And maybe it was in the morning. Visits in the morning are no, please never go visit a friend in the morning when they have a newborn. Never. She would come in the morning and I'm lucky enough that in my country, my culture lets us have in-home maids. So I had an in-home maid, and I would tell her, when we would see that her car was coming up, I would just run to my room and just go to my bed and put the baby on the crib. And I would tell her that I'm asleep, tell her I'm sleeping. So she would go. I didn't want to deal with her. I just wanted my me time. I mean, it's the morning that you have to wash the baby, you have to breastfeed and take the air out. And there's a lot of things to do in the morning. Plus it's hard for you to take a shower when you have a newborn because there's so many things going on at the same time. And I hadn't taken the shower usually when she got there. So I would just go into my room and make believe that I was asleep. Yep, I did that. And she didn't care. She could care less. She would go into my room, into my door. You would go, ba, 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 and I would not answer. And she would bump again. She could care less. Oh, in those days, I hated her. I didn't like her at all. But correction, I do love her. But in those days, I just did not like what she was doing. Finally, I would have to open the door and accept her visit and, let her see the baby. Sometimes she would just hold her up and wake her up. That's another no, grandmas do not wake up a baby. I mean, sometimes it has been so hard for us to put her to sleep that we want to sleep after her too, after the baby, or in my case, her, because it was a girl. And that's a really good recommendation when you don't have, when the first days that you have to wake up every 2 hours or so to feed the baby, during the day when she or he goes to sleep, go to take a nap also behind the baby. The first 2-3 weeks, please don't work in anything. If you have an in-home business, don't work in anything. Take the time off. Tell all your clients you're going to clear your calendar for 2 months or for 1 month, at least 1 month, because the first month is the hardest. You have to put a calendar, you have to get used to being a mother and having a baby out there. I mean, it's not an easy job. So be good with yourself. Don't punish yourself because you're not all for everyone. This is the time when you have a newborn to be good to yourself, period. Your husband, if you're married, if you have a partner parenting with you, he has to understand. There's a reason behind why after the birth, we do not have to have any sexual contact with the partner for 40 days. 40, not 4, 40, 40, 40 days, because your womb needs that time to heal again, to get prepared for the next baby. So it's no good to have sexual intercourse in that time. Now there's 40 days that the man has to be patient. You can do any other thing except intercourse. So be creative, you be creative and understand your wife and just be lovable. Love herself and you love yourself. Don't let be pushed into doing things you don't want to do, because those 40 days are very important for your future babies and for your future health in general. So be patient with those 40 days. But the point here is that sometimes people think that automatically you know it all. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But most importantly, be good to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. We don't expect you to know it all. And this is why I'm here. If you need to ask questions, please do so. If I know the answer, I'll tell you immediately. If I don't know it, I'll help you look it up, because sometimes you won't even have time for yourself. You won't even have time to shower yourself until your husband gets home and helps you. Or if you're single and your mom is the one helping you, then you won't have time until your mom comes up and help you. So a support system is very important. If you're single, you need a support system. If you're married, your support system is your husband. I'm gonna do a video about what to do as a couple and how to combine yourself and how to help each other, because it's something that we both did, huh? So the man has to take certain responsibility in helping out and give that breathe time to the mother, because we take the hardest. I mean, your body has gone through a lot giving birth. Your body has gone through a lot during the 9 months. Now giving birth, now it's trying to get back together, and you need some rest, which you won't get if you do not have support system. And don't do it all. If you're a teen mom, hopefully your parents are going to be there supporting you, your sisters, your siblings. It's really important. If you don't, I want to help you get a support system. I want to help you get your family's support system, helping you understand how to talk with them about it. So don't do this alone. Being a mother, it's very lonely. Even if you have your husband and you have your family, it's lonely, because most of the time, the responsible person for that baby, it's you. We are designed that way. We are designed to give life. Just see the miracle. And all babies are a blessing. All babies are a blessing. Don't get nervous if the baby doesn't want to eat now and you want, because it's the time you have to feed them, and he or she doesn't. Don't worry. They'll cry whenever they're hungry. They'll eat. They won't die. Believe me, they won't die. They'll grow and they'll ask for food when they need it. So this is just a little some tips around around not being automatically knowing how to be a mother. But if you have any questions, if you have suggestions, if you have something that you want me to talk about for motherhood or pregnancy, unplanned or planned, married or single, I'm here for you. So thank you for listening. I am your friend in this journey. Bye-bye and God bless you.